to the cloud. Peace. Hello, hello. How's everyone doing?
Good. What's up, Brandon?
Good, man. How are you doing? How are you doing?
You are you're the instructor today.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Facilitator. We'll call it the facilitator.
The facilitator.
How are you doing? You having a good week?
Having a great week.
Awesome.
Last week was great. The week before
Now,
that
are you
was great.
focused mainly real estate?
Say that again.
Are you focused mainly on real estate?
Yeah.
Okay. Like wholesaling or lease options or what type of stuff?
A mixture.
Okay.
I love the creative financing, so I'm always looking for sub-2 deals, but I market to wholesale and just to keep an influx of deals coming in. So
yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What market?
In Dallas.
Oh, DFW area? Sweet. Yeah. I've done a lot of deals out there.
Oh, really? You're
yeah,
in what? You're in Arizona?
Yeah. You know who John Jackson is?
Yes. I love
He's
John
out
Jackson.
there. He does a lot of lease option stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Naaman Taylor just moved out there. Trying to think. One of the companies that I did a lot of deals with was a company called GVG. So they do deals in Dallas, Atlanta, and Tampa.
Okay.
A lot of wholesale. Then you got a lot of the who's the dang it, I can't remember. New Western is out there, I think.
New Western.
So
yeah, I do business with New Western.
yeah, they buy a lot from wholesalers, don't they? That's cool. Well, welcome. We'll get some people. Hopefully we'll say a little prayer and have a little moment of silence for Uncle Claude. Hopefully the surgery goes well.
Yeah, man. I was so hurt to hear that.
Yeah. Did you see the
left
picture of him in the hospital?
Left clavicle, that's your collarbone, isn't it?
Yeah, right up here.
I
I guess he's doing too many 360s or backflips or something off jumps.
That's what he said.
Yeah, that's crazy. Welcome. Jessica, Tim John, Sasan. Sure, we'll have a few more people. I'm sure a lot of people are going to Claude's link too. So well, great. Well, I just wanted to I got a couple things to talk about, but I kind of wanted to see how the week's going and hear any success stories from anyone. Anything positive going on? So anyone doing any deals right now?
Yep. I'm working on a deal. I just bought sub-2. And
Nice.
it was a foreclosure. I took over payments, and I'm gonna do a light renovation on it, and owner finance to do a wraparound mortgage on it.
Nice. Now, do you buy on a wrap as well?
Yes. Well, no, I just do sub-2. If you can call that a wrap, but
yeah, a wrap will be a separate loan between you and the seller.
No, I just subject to.
Got it.
Yeah.
Looks like Jessica has a guest today. Awesome. Hi, Joseph. How's it going?
We've got a budding entrepreneur here.
It looks like it, yes.
You got the same hair.
Yes, we do. So it looks like theirs growing in better than mine.
All right, he might be cooing, so I'm going to mute my.
No problem. Well, I kind of wanted to touch base a little bit today on the rule of 5. Let's see if I got my. What did I do with it? Okay, hold on a second. I thought I just had it. There it is. Okay. Kind of touch base on this for a second. Bring up my iPad. So jump in here.
Show you some. Put this on.
And I know everyone has a little bit, most people I think in here do real estate, but there'll be some people that may be joining that don't do real estate. So I kind of wanted to just touch base on that. Make sure I can share, no audio. All right, so when it kind of comes to the rule of 5, I just wanted to touch base on this and just kind of see what you guys think about this. Now, of course, this is Uncle Claude's brainchild here. So, but I kind of try to do, I kind of follow this in my business. And I actually encourage a lot of my mentees and students to do the same thing. You know, I feel grateful because I'm been very lucky to being able to work with a lot of investors nationwide, work with a lot of the top real estate wholesalers, flippers, gurus, a lot of information marketer guys. I kind of been the guy behind the scenes for those of you who don't know. So I worked with people like Sean Terry and Steve Trang and Cody Sperber, Carlos Reyes and Sal Shakir. A lot of bigger companies that aren't as well known that are nationwide too, and all over the nation. So it's been a big blessing to be able to help people understand how a lot of this works. And a lot of the simple steps of success is just has to do with things that are doing things consistency. So does anyone know what we should do on a consistent basis on the rule of 5, what Claude talks about?
Pray.
What's one of the things we can do to kind of bring in potential clients or bring in potential prospects?
Make five new calls a day to 5 new contacts.
So 5 new conversations.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. That's one. Now, how do you get them to call you instead of you calling them? Now you can call, you can do outbound, right? That's one way to do it.
Yep.
What's a way that we can attract them or bring them in a little bit?
5 social media posts.
This is really big. So this seems daunting sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh man, I have to do like 5 videos or 5 articles and stuff like that. But really it can be as simple as just doing a 1-minute video or 40-second video or 30-second video, posting it on YouTube, and then posting that video to 4 other social media sites, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it can be very simple. It doesn't have to be that hard. In fact, I do like YouTube shorts a lot, and I'll kind of show you a little bit what we do here in just a second. I use YouTube, I use social media to attract clients. So 5 social media posts. What are some of the other, there's going to be 3 more things here.
5 follow-ups.
5 follow-ups. Now, one of the things that I'm going to touch on right here is I'm using video a lot for this. As simple as just breaking out my iPhone and shooting a video and shooting them a text or shooting an email to them. For some reason, my response rate jumps through the roof when I do video. And especially whenever I call them by their name or make it very personalized, instead of just like almost a generic video and just send it out to like 100 people. Like I would, if I did a follow-up video for Tim John, I would say, hey, Tim John, it's Brandon. Just wanted to say hi and check in with you. You know, I'm looking to buy a property in the Gilbert, Arizona area under 500,000. Just wanted to see what you got going right now, and keep in touch with me. I'd love to hear if there's anything going on that I can do for you too, right? And that usually solicits some sort of response. Hey, thanks for the video, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of times, as soon as they contact me, then I'm able to get back with them a lot quicker. So now also one little bit here, the reason why I like texting versus email is great. Email's basically free. And there's some great like ways to build an email list and send that out. But there's something about text message, right? So now I got a question for you. Anyone bring this little device with them wherever they go?
Yep.
Little phone right here.
Mhm.
I bet you a lot of us even bring this to the bathroom with us.
Yep.
And the reason why I know that, because whenever we get a text message, statistics show that a text message is open 98% of the time within the first 4 minutes received.
Wow.
And email is opened about 30% of the time within a 6 to 12 hour period when received. So it's a much higher open rate too. And then the click-through rate on email is a lot smaller. It actually drops down to like 10% if it's a good email list. So text messaging, I really feel like is really good. And then adding video to that. So cool. On the rule of 5, we talked about 5 social media posts, 5 new conversations, 5 follow-ups. And this could be, whenever I say follow-ups, these are some sort of outbound. And that's like a text, an email, or a voicemail.
Mhm.
Sorry about my handwriting there. All right, now we're gonna use 2 more categories here. So this one I'm gonna put in follow up as well, but this is a little bit different. These are actual conversations. You're sending these out to solicit a conversation. This could be also Messenger over here too, like Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, a lot of those direct messaging right from the social media that you're posting, right? And then you're trying to move them through this whole cycle here so you can actually get on the phone with them. Okay, now the most important one is right over here. What should we be doing over here? This is where we get paid. What are we missing? 5 what?
Contract.
Someone else besides Mr. Cash Offer, because he's going to chime in right now.
Mhm. 5 offers.
5 offers. Okay, now I'm going to get a little religious on you here. Sorry.
Okay.
But the Bible does say you have not because you ask not. You have not because you ask not. So in order to get those offers accepted, you got to ask. You got to get a little uncomfortable, and sometimes it is a little awkward, but I do promise you, the more offers you make, the easier it gets. Think about this. If you're doing 5 offers a day, okay, and you're working, say, 20 days a week or 20 days in a month. So 5 times 20 is how much?
100.
100 offers a month. Do you think you might be able to get something out of that?
Oh, yeah.
And that's the key. It's a consistent daily process. It's a rule of 5, right? And it's really not it sounds daunting at first, but it actually becomes very habitual. Now, I think the hardest thing for me is probably right here. I'm not a big social media guy. I'm not normally one to kind of get in front of the camera. In fact, if you go to my Facebook account, you will not see a picture of my kids or my wife or anything on there. Sometimes people may tag us together, but typically my social media is typically business oriented. I don't really post a lot of family pictures. A lot of people do. And that may be really good because you can people relate with you as an individual if you're putting more personal posts out there as well. So whenever I do my personal posts, it's more like stuff I'm doing in life, whether it's like at the pool or on a hike or doing some of that stuff. So those are my personal engagement posts, but my other posts are typically some sort of value add post, some sort of business related posts, and then some sort of call to action a lot of times. So so the rule of 5, take a snapshot of that if you want. It's basically 5 social media posts, 5 follow-ups, whether that's an outbound email, a text message, a voice message. And I love using video for that follow-up outreach. 5 follow-up conversations.
What service do you use, Brandon, to send those videos?
I use my iPhone and Loom.
In Loom? Okay.
Loom, yeah, I'll show, and Zoom too. So I'll show you that real quick if you want. And 5 new conversations and 5 offers. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys, because this is probably the hardest part. I think a lot of times it's figuring out, you know, what to say or what to do. So as far as the follow-up stuff, let me show you. This is Loom. And if I wanted to make a new video, I can just go right here to new video, record a video. And it'll use my camera, my microphone and everything like that. And I can just do a quick test here. So let's just start recording. Actually, I'm gonna do, yeah, I'll do entire screen, that's fine. And it's counting down. So this will just be a test video. Hi there, it's Brandon. This is just a test video. This is how I use Loom to follow up with my prospects, whether they're sellers or coaching clients and mentee clients. It's a really simple way. I can actually share my screen. I can go and give them something for free, whether it's a free ebook, a free contract. A lot of times that you want to do is you want to give away items for free, and you use the video, and that video helps really to kind of make it a lot more personal. And then whenever you give away something for free, there's something called reciprocity. People love getting free stuff, but they also feel like almost indebted to you, so they want to give something back. So whether it's a phone number, email, or a time to talk with you on the phone. So I use Loom just like this. I use my cell phone a lot of times too, just pull up my cell phone and shoot a quick video and send them a text, and it works great. I feel like I have a higher response rate. So now I just hit stop here, and then it'll populate. I can calculate this. I'm going to say how to, oops. You can put my title in here on how to use Loom to record follow up videos. And then I can put today's date if I want. And then now I can share this with everyone. I got the new link here, and voila, I just shared it with you all. So now all of you have that same link. And also what's neat about Loom is I can also set this up where I can find out if there's any views, or if that person watched it. I get a notification if they watched it. So that's really good for me. So that way I know, like, okay, they've seen the video. Now I can follow up with them. So, and you can even set up where you get a notification. So that works pretty good there. Now, a couple other things that I wanted to share with you all. So that's Loom. Now, who has trouble? Let me ask you this. Who has trouble coming up with social media ideas or things to post and attract stuff? Me too. So what do you do right now? Like, what's your process? Mr. Cash Offer, what's your process?
I generally just copy. So I find other influencers or people in my lane or field, see what ideas they have, and if I could, mimic, or maybe that inspires me to come up with something, a little different. And that's kind of my process. I go find as many as I can, maybe jot them down and come up with some type of content strategy.
Yeah, I love that. How about anyone else? Anyone else using this attraction marketing model to get clients?
I've been
Not
using
yet.
Chat GPT for ideas.
I love Chat GPT. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I kind of shared that with a lot of my coaching students too. So a lot of this stuff is out there, right? We can come up with, sometimes we don't even know, like Chat GPT, for those of you who don't know, it's an AI service that can help you write scripts for YouTube videos and stuff like that too. Let me see if I can actually log in real quick and I'll show you guys. So I'm going to show you. Oh, perfect. This is great. Okay. So the reason why I'm really big into this is because I really do believe that there's a lot of ways for us to attract people. And I think what Mr. Cash Offer just said about looking at what other people are doing, like kind of see who's having the most views, who's getting the most outreach, who's getting the most eyeballs on their type of content, and don't reinvent the wheel. I mean, make it more unique, make it for yourself. And I'm going to show you a couple ways to do that. So let's say, I wanted to share this is Chat GPT. It's, if you go to openai.com, it's free. It's really amazing. I think everyone should check this out. But I want to show you guys a couple things that I do. So one of the things that I do, where is it at? Okay. Come on, just go back here. No, I'm not trying to do that. All right, so right here. So can everyone see what I'm pulling up right here? This is a website called Answer the Public. So Answer the Public, what I did is I put in a phrase lease purchasing already. And I got 59 questions to ask. And the darker orange are the highly searched questions. So we have, if we have 59 questions, I'm going here where these darker circles are, where it says, let's see here, let me find one. Why lease purchase? Who, that's a car. I want to probably more, what is a lease purchase? Where to purchase lease agreements? Let's see. So all these, what is lease purchase financing? I also did the same type of thing with seller financing. And I know, you know, Mr. Cash Offer said he just bought a house on subject to, and he's going to sell on seller financing as well. Well, maybe you can, what is seller financing? This is a question, right? Is seller financing a good idea? See the darker orange? How seller financing works. So what topics could I make videos about that's going to attract buyers to my property, right? That's gonna, I'm going to collect information from, hopefully, and now I have potential seller financing buyers. So hey, what, you know, is seller financing, how seller financing works? What is seller financing, right? These are all questions that I can go through and ask. So so maybe I'll use a topic like seller, how seller financing works. So now I'm going to go to Chat GPT because I'm really lazy, right? And I'm going to say, what is, please, how about write a YouTube video script and make it funny on the subject of what is seller or what was the question? How seller financing works? How seller financing works in real estate. Okay, so now you're loving this, aren't you, Mr. Cash Offer?
Yes, sir.
So write a YouTube script, because look, it's sometimes we just, and by the way, I don't necessarily go off of this verbatim or anything like that. You can, and there's actually apps that you can take this whole transcript, upload, and it'll show on the screen on your phone while you're doing your video. So it'll slowly, it's almost like a like in the news, whenever the news people read from a script.
Yeah,
It's like that. So opening shot of a person in front of a computer scrolling through listings on a real estate website. Look at this. They're giving us ideas here. The narrator says, are you tired of saving up for a down payment on a house? Well, have no fear, because today we're going to talk about seller financing. Cut to an animation of a person handing over a stack of cash to a cartoon house. Okay, guys, do you understand how crazy this is? This is amazing. The narrator says, then seller financing is when the person selling the house acts as the bank and provides the financing for the buyer. Cut back to the person sitting at the computer, now with a confused look on their face. Narrator, yeah, I know what you're thinking, but wait, isn't that illegal? Well, no, it's not illegal. It's just as common as getting a loan from a traditional bank. Do you see how amazing this is? Like, it's writing out the whole thing. It's telling you how to cut back and forth. And I just said, make it a little funny, right? So cut to the animation of unicorn holding up a sign that says 850. And then cut down. So closing shot of a person at the computer. This is amazing, guys. It's writing out the whole freaking idea and script. Okay. Now you don't have to come up. I mean, yes, come up with your ideas, but isn't this a nice way to prompt you on what to do?
Absolutely.
And all I did two things so far. As I went to,
Yeah, what was your prompt?
My prompt was, let me pull it up here. It was I went to this website called Answer the Public. Let me throw this in the chat for everyone. And by the way, this isn't just for real estate. You can do this for any type of business you're doing. You're going to need to create content. This is where everything is moving to. There's no such thing as commercials on TV anymore, or billboards that gets everyone attention the same way like and newspapers. Have you guys ever when's the last time you bought a newspaper? I mean, I remember everyone used to have newspaper subscriptions. I used to deliver newspapers. They used to have newspaper boxes around all over the place. At the gas stations, everyone bought newspapers and stuff. You know, I remember getting the subscription to like Wall Street Journal, Investor Business Daily, that type of stuff that haven't delivered to my house. They don't do that anymore. So in order to get in front of people, you're going to have to create content, but you're going to have to create content that is contemporary, that is like concise, that is for today's audience too. So that's why like websites that are free, like Answer the Public is amazing. And then you take that prompt that we did and we went to ChatGPT. What I did on this prompt is I said, write a YouTube video script and make it funny on the subject of how seller financing works in real estate. That's one sentence. That's all I put in there. And it wrote out the entire script, right? So now, this is just one of the ways to use technology to help you with your social media. You need to do attraction marketing. There's no doubt about it. It has to be done. You need to talk to 5 new people a day. And the way you do that is you kind of create video, you create content, or you put up social media posts that encourages people to contact you, that you give them your website, you give them a phone number, some way to call to action to contact you. Go ahead.
Can we go through a scenario on like attracting sellers? You know, any kind of seller, vacant, foreclosure, tax, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I can do that too. Let me show you one other little tool though. Now this one's not free. I think I pay like $5 a month for this. It's called Postdeck.io.
Let's see here, Postdeck.
Postdeck.io, and it gives me an idea for social media posts. One is a conversation starter. One is a how to use photos like Instagram. Like you got to think, what are the different platforms out there, right? Facebook would be a good video, would be either good for video or conversation starter, maybe even a photo if it has something attached to it. Instagram is probably more photo based. Video is probably more YouTube and TikTok. That type of stuff. So on here, conversation, tell everyone one good thing that someone did for you recently that brought a smile to your face. Let's say I don't like that prompt and I just want another one. It's like, I just hit refresh. Okay, who are the people you are grateful for around you? This is your chance to let them know. Send a text or give them a call. And that's a great way to kind of for your follow-ups, right? Now, photo, upload a selfie along with a long Dear Diary post. and that could be whatever, that can go on the long idea of gratitude. Let's say I don't like that idea. I can hit the refresh. Another photo idea, make a graphic and post it. What are you drinking right now and thinking? What are you drinking right now and thinking? Show us, tell us. So whether you're drinking a coffee or a water or soda, whatever, right? Take a picture of that and then talk about that. Here's a video idea. Talk about doing it all and how to decide and how to decide what to do in relation to your niche. That's a good idea for video. If I want to refresh that, I can hit refresh. Got any plans to blank over the weekend? Let us know. So this is just ideas. This is just a way to prompt stuff for me. And they did have an app on the phone, which I really like, but now you have to kind of go on here. But it gets the same idea. You can take this and even throw that into ChatGPT. Now, one of the questions you had was sellers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, what's the idea for what's the question you had?
Just run a scenario like we just did to attract sellers. Any kind. I mean, a lot of us do creative real estate, so lease option or subject to, or to purchase properties like that.
So write a YouTube script on how to attract sellers that are falling behind on their mortgage payments. How about that? Okay, let's see here. So this is real time. This is doing it as we're watching it. This is what's crazy. And everyone's been talking about AI. Now the idea is just use this as a tool, right? Don't lean on this for everything. You got to make it your own and make it unique, All right, can you see the script there?
Yeah, you want me to read it?
Yeah, let me see if I can make it bigger for you.
Right.
Did that help?
Yep. Let me move the people out the way. Okay. Hello and welcome to our video on how to attract home sellers who are falling behind on their mortgage payments. As a real estate agent, it's important to know how to help homeowners who may be facing financial difficulties. One way to do this is by reaching out to those who are behind on their mortgage payments and offering our services to help them in their home. There are several ways to find these homeowners. One is search public records for properties that have been, it's knocking me out where I can't read it.
Oh, sorry.
All right, great.
Still writing, isn't it?
Right. One is to search public records for properties that have been recently foreclosed on or are in the process of foreclosure. Another is to contact local mortgage companies and ask them for a list of homeowners who are behind on their payments. Once you have a list of potential clients, it's important to approach them with sensitivity and understanding. They may be feeling stressed or embarrassed about their situation, so it's important to be non-judgmental and empathetic. When reaching out to them, it's important to let them know that you understand their situation and that you can help them by selling their home quickly and for the best price possible. Explain the benefits of working with you as a real estate agent, such as your knowledge of the local market, your ability to market the home effectively, and your ability to negotiate with buyers. Remind them that you can help them avoid foreclosure and that you can work with them to find a solution that works best for them. In conclusion, by reaching out to the homeowners who are falling behind on their mortgage payments, you can help them avoid foreclosure and find a solution that works best for them. As a real estate agent, you have the skills and the knowledge to...
I'll cut you off real quick. So one of the things that it'll do here, it'll allow you to do a new response. So you didn't like that one, you can do a new one. But let's say make this a text to a home owner that has already missed a payment.
Gotcha.
And let them know I want to buy their house cash.
Yeah, I like that.
Or on terms. So that's should make it shorter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, dear homeowner, hope this message finds you well. I understand that you may be going through some financial difficulties, and I wanted to reach out, let you know that I am here to help. I'm a real estate agent and specialize in helping homeowners who are facing challenges such as falling behind on their mortgage payments. I understand that this could be a stressful and overwhelming situation. And I want to assure you that I'm here to help you to find a solution that works best for you. I'm able to purchase your home for cash or on terms, and I can close the deal quickly so you can move on with your life without the burden of your mortgage payments. I can also help you avoid foreclosure, which can have a negative impact on your credit score and financial future. I understand that every situation is unique, and I would love the opportunity to discuss your specific needs and concerns. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions or if you'd like to schedule a meeting to discuss further. Look forward to hearing from you.
That's awesome.
But Brandon,
Man,
isn't
this is
that
making life
too
easier.
long? Isn't it too long?
That's a little longer, so I'll say make it much shorter.
So social media and mail out is totally different because on a post mail out, they say make it short and swift, but this, every time you put something down, it seems like it's literally big and long.
There you go. It just made a shorter text.
I am a real estate agent. I would like to help you avoid foreclosure and sell your home quickly for cash or on terms. Please reach out to to me if you're interested in discussing this further.
There you go.
That's awesome, Brandon.
So the idea here is just to use the tools that are out there to help you. Now, we talk about the rule of five. The rule of five is really there for us to be consistent on a daily basis. And probably my biggest thing, honestly, is to put out that content. That's probably my hardest thing, is to do the content, to bring, to attract people. I do believe we need to do content, whether it's just making a simple post on a Facebook group, on our own page, whether it's to do Instagram or whatever. So we have a question here. What is the rule of five? So sorry, Travis, let me go through that briefly. So basically, we have a question here too from Rico. Go ahead, Rico.
Just a quick question. You can go ahead, Coach.
You can go ahead. I'm just going to share this real quick so everyone can see. This is my rule of five that I've written down. This is something I keep in my office. It's to make 5 social media posts, have 5 new conversations, do 5 follow-up outreaches. I like to use video for that, but it could be a text message, an email, a voice message, and then have 5 follow-up conversations and 5 offers. That's the goal, is to do these 5 things every day.
Does that replace this one, the one you made? So
What's
is
that?
that a new sheet? Does the 5 you have, does it replace this one? Because I think, didn't you make this sheet and I'm actually following it?
Yeah,
Okay,
that
so
one is
does it
basically
replace
for
it?
reaching out to, if you're doing joint venture wholesaling, right?
Oh, that's only, okay.
Was that the cash buyer one, or is that the wholesaler one? The sheet you have.
Acquisitions.
Oh, okay, so it's the. reach
So
out to
am I
wholesalers to
too
find
old?
the-
I got to update? Am I doing something?
No, you're
that's,
fine. No, that it's the same principle, same idea. I just made it specific for a niche.
Okay.
It's the same principle there.
I'm
ahead,
actually
Rico.
doing it. I'm actually doing all of it.
I
I'm
love that,
actually
man.
filling it
I
out
love
and
that.
everything.
Yeah, I have a simple KPI tracker sheet too. You guys see this rule, and it just basically has the 5 social media posts on here, 5 new conversations, and it's blank. It's just really the categories. Hold on, you probably can't see it. So I just have all the categories here, and then I put my notes on the right-hand side. I just try to keep it simple every day, and Claude just uses a simple pad, like notepad, right? Just a little composition book for 99 cents you get at Walmart. You take this, and then let's say you have, like, I'll give you an example. I'm doing the same thing. I want to do, let's say I'm writing down notes from someone I talked to or something like that. I can just take my phone, take a snapshot, put it on my Evernote for that day, and now it's saved and I can search it. I can search it automatically. Evernote will figure out what the words are, and then I can search my Evernote for those words or for that date. So we don't have to go crazy, we don't have to, I mean, I'm tool agnostic, so I know there's a lot of amazing CRMs. I've used almost all of them out there, and a lot of them get pretty expensive pretty quick. But the idea is really just there's no shortcut to giving good phone. You got to get on the phone. You got to have a conversation, whether on the phone or on Zoom. So, Rico, I see your hands up. Go ahead, bud.
Yeah, just quick question, Coach. On Facebook, I keep getting flagged for my posts for the rent to own, for one. So I'm creating like a bunch of Facebooks. And for two, is there an alternative a route for Facebook? I love Facebook buyers, but is there an alternative route, or what can I post different so I won't get flagged?
So on Facebook, like Facebook posts, or
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace specifically.
so what are you trying to sell a house? Or are you trying to find a deal, or?
I'm trying to find the buyer, rent to own. So I'm already finding the property. I'm just putting it on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
For a
So
buyer.
whenever I market an actual property, I love Zillow and I love Facebook Marketplace for the actual property if it's a rent to own deal. Also, cultivate those landlord buyers in your markets. And you can go to different Facebook groups. I call this fishing or hunting. There's two ways I think about this. If I'm looking for a deal, I'm going on Facebook posts. I'm looking who's posting. Like say, Mr. Cash Offer posted his house with seller financing in Dallas area, right? And I find that deal. I'm hunting for that deal, and then I contact him. That's going out and finding deal hunting. The fishing idea is kind of where you are putting out bait and getting someone to reach out to you. And that could be a post. It could be like, hey, killer duplex in Oakland, $1,000 a month cash flow. Hit me up if you want to get rich like Donald Trump or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And add a little humor, be a little goofy, or add some pictures or something like that. You can even have Donald Trump like almost like the you're fired look, a little picture like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beta's having fun with that. So, and basically you're just trying to get, and by the way, the other thing I found out, if you're on Facebook, this is really key. If you make a post and someone makes a comment and you don't make a comment back or reply to that back, that's a big no-no. You want to reply at least to the first 5 comments. I usually do a reply or a GIF, like a little stupid little meme or video, right? Or do some meme on there. The more interaction on that post, Facebook pushes up to the top of the algorithm. So more and more eyeballs see that. So if you're in a Facebook group, someone makes a post, reply back, hey, that's a great question. Why did you ask that? Right now you're kind of getting that incentive, and then maybe make a post and say, you're awesome, like a little GIF or a little picture or video or something like that. Whatever's allowed in that group, the more people that comment on that, the more it goes to the top and more eyeballs see that, because you're in a competition for eyeballs. We had a couple of good things here. So Donna asked, what is the attraction model? So the attraction model or attraction marketing is, let's face it, who loves doing 500 cold calls a day?
So,
right? Who loves doing 1,000 text messages every day, or paying for VAs to do this if you're not going to do this? Or I remember one of the first sales jobs I had, they gave everyone a box of paper clips with 100 paper clips in it, and they said your day's not done until you dial 100 numbers. That was before there was like triple line dialers and all this stuff. It's just really the old fashioned phone, pick up, dial, kind of like Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith in it. He didn't even hang up the phone. He just would hit the receiver part, right, and then dial the next one. He didn't even put the phone all the way down because it wasted too much time. He saved like 7 minutes a day, 8 minutes a day. But the idea is, what if you could, because he was doing a call list, right? All the people in that company, and start from the bottom, go to the top. What if you get the top guys, the decision makers, the people with the money that are in the top of that list contacting you? And what I loved about that movie is Will Smith got a hold of one of the CEOs, and he went to the San Francisco 49ers game with them, right? And it was just it was a shortcut, right? You got to find shortcuts in marketing, shortcuts in this business, because it gets like you get a headache trying to do this monotonous stuff over and over and over. It's much more fun to create specific content for your niche. Let's say Tim John, let's say you're focusing on realtors in your market to bring you deals, right? So you can write scripts specifically for marketers, or for realtors. You can give realtors tools or free, hey, I just found this new tool that you may like, and it may help you get a few more listings. Is how to find all the for sale by owners that aren't on the MLS yet, right? So you're giving something to them, you're giving some reciprocity to them. Maybe you're showing them how they use the tool, and you're making a video on that, and you're just reaching out to a list of people, right? Some of us don't know how to get those lists though. Maybe we're like, oh, how do I get those lists, or how do I find those? They're, depending on what you're trying to do, they're all over on the internet. You can Google almost everything. I love Gary. Anyone like Gary V?
Yeah.
He says if you have a question, you know, whenever he was a kid, he had a question, he'd go ask his mom. His mom always seemed to have the answer. And now he says, Google is your mom. If you have a question, ask Google. Google is your mom. Google will give you the answer. So, yeah, so I put that in there, answer to the public. I love this, by the way. Now, by the way, one of the questions on here too, Bailey added on there. Thanks for answering that question, Bailey. The idea too on the attraction marketing is to give them something to capture their contact information if you don't already have it. What is something you can do to give away for free to collect a phone number or email address, right? The other thing too is, and this is something that I'm trying to encourage a lot of my mentees to do, because it's difficult, it's scary, it's hard. But what if you created a free community? Like Mr. Cashoffer, you're in Dallas, Fort Worth, right? And is that where really you do all your deals at, is that DFW area?
Yeah, majority.
Okay. Are there any meetup groups there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are there any Facebook groups there?
Yes.
Now, do you run a Facebook group by chance?
No, but I will after today.
So imagine you creating a Facebook group for DFW wholesalers, flippers, landlords, right? And your content, or maybe real estate professionals and realtors, right? Your content is geared at those people to say, hey, send me your deals, send me what you got. I'm buying everything. I'm taking over payments. If you have a property that doesn't have enough equity, you don't know what to do with, let me know. And you're making that group, you're creating the community. Now I'm going to take us back to high school for a second. I'm going to probably, let's see, who is like the Tim John, I think you're probably fit this criteria. You probably were pretty sociable in high school, weren't you?
Yeah, somewhat quiet. I'm kind of geeky, or I used to be. But yeah.
Okay. Do you remember back in high school where they had the high school parties?
Yeah.
And you know, it seemed like all the cool kids would go to the party, right?
Yeah.
All the popular kids, the cheerleaders, the football players. Now, what if you were the guy that had the party at your house?
Right. Everybody comes over.
Now, all of a sudden, you're associated with all the cool kids. And by association, you become a cool kid because the party's always at your house. So if you're creating a social media group, a Facebook group, I also, let me share something with you guys too, is I'm also doing this on a different level with a program called School. So School is basically, this is geared more towards wholesaling and stuff like that. And I can put in free recordings and coaching calls. I can have free, I can put in courses in here, handouts in here. It has a calendar for when the next coaching call is.
What is this?
This is called School. It's $99 a month though. Like I'd probably start off with the Facebook group first.
Okay.
But the idea is to create almost like a group funnel, right? Where you're kind of pushing people to some sort of free group. And by the way, when you create a Facebook group, did you know that you can ask 3 questions of anyone that joined your Facebook group? Can you get their name, their cell phone, and their email? You sure can, right? And there's also software out there that can help you collect that information, throw it into a spreadsheet or put it into some sort of database. So that way you create this. Let me go ahead and group. I want to show you guys one other thing here. Since Mr. Cash Offer is going to implement this right away, I can tell.
Right away.
All right, so this is from AppSumo. It's called Group Collector. Now, again, I'm tool agnostic. I don't care what you use. This is just one of the things you can use as like an add-on on Google Chrome or something like that. And it basically throws everything into a spreadsheet for you. You can collect the names, the phone numbers, emails from those people joining your Facebook group. And then you have a database of them right now. Now you can send them emails. The other thing is something called group funnels. And it does the same thing. And in fact, group funnels will set it up where as soon as they put in their information and they put all their information in, it'll do a auto reply, auto responder email. Hey, thanks for joining the group. Here's a free gift. Here's something for joining the group or whatever. This one is, I think maybe it's a free training video. Maybe it's a free webinar. Maybe it's just a free contract or something like that. And this does the same thing. It just collects emails on autopilot and then auto responds. I love collecting emails and phone numbers. So I think phone numbers are really helpful because especially in your database, you can follow up and call them back, right? So let me go ahead and share with you guys something here. Who does wholesaling right now? Anyone doing wholesaling? Yeah. And I think the hardest thing right now is finding cash buyers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me do this for anyone that's interested. I will give you a free ebook on how to build a buyer's list. Now, I built buyer's lists in multiple states for multiple investors hundreds of times. Pretty much overnight, I can create a cash buyer's list that freaking rivals anyone else's buyer's list. So if you want a free copy of that, all you have to do is just go to the link and download that. Now, I'm going to tell you there's going to be something that happens here. One is you're going to get my free ebook, right? But if we click on this, what am I going to get in return?
Name, email, phone number.
Is that a good trade?
Absolutely.
Now, and by the way, this is targeted for wholesalers, right? For people doing, that's one of my target audiences for mentoring and coaching, is helping wholesalers learn creative financing. So that's one of my criteria. This is that whenever I go and speak in public, I put this out there as a freebie, as a gift, right? And same thing like today. So that way you guys can all get that. It's a free ebook, it's yours. And not only that, I think I have a video training in that connected with it too. So let's see some questions on here. Abigail. I'm going to read through some of these. Travis says, what is rule of 5? I think we connected that. Bailey says, same thing for YouTube. Comments massively help the video get spread to more people. Yes. I mean, if people are actually following you on YouTube and they actually become a subscriber and they like or comment, go back and thank them for the comment or reply to that. It is crazy. So many people, well, I don't have 1,000 followers yet. I don't have this or that yet, but you don't even take care of the 5 people that make comments on your posts regularly, right? We should take care of those folks and follow up with them and get to know who they are. They're going to tell you too what type of content to create. What are people resonating with too? So I love that. Abigail says, FYI, posting about real estate is considered a special ad category on Facebook. So make sure you check that off. They won't let you post it otherwise. Yeah. So you have to be careful. They have a for rent area and a for sale by area for Facebook. A lot of it is they just want the full address and make sure you're the person that has a right to sell that or rent it. Does that include posts or just paid ads? So this is all organic. I'm not paying anything. I'm paying $0 for marketing. And by the way, I'm doing the same type of revenue that some of the top wholesalers in the nation are doing, that are spending $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 a month on marketing. I mean, imagine, wouldn't your butthole pucker up a little bit paying that credit card bill every month about $30,000? and just praying and hoping to close a deal. You know, I'd rather keep it mean and lean and not having to have all that extra overhead. So, yeah, on paid ads on real estate, you can do that. You just got to be careful. I'd rather on anything like that, you got to think, who is your target audience? Is it a homeowner? Is it a realtor? Is it an investor? And you can also make content that is not directly related to, let me buy your house, let me sell your house. It could be like, you can make an ebook on Chat GPT. By the way, let me show you guys one other thing I did. You guys are going to kick out of this. You can use Chat GPT to make an ebook. And I did a video on this. Let me show you guys real quick.
You made an ebook and did a video on it?
I sure did. So if you go right here, I'll put the link right here in the group. This is how I just videoed myself, just a recording of myself making an ebook on Chat GPT.
Okay.
And I'll put the link in here. And now it's on my site. And this is my free ebook I did, 5 creative financing strategies for real estate. And it was all done using even the pictures were created off of OpenAI here. So let me throw that in here for you too. So now I just created an ebook. I created what do they call that? A tripwire or a freebie, or what are some other names for when you do a giveaway?
That's me.
What's that?
No, I'm talking to someone.
Oh, yeah. The idea here is just to kind of you creating specific content for people that you want to work with. And they, especially in this real estate business, there's realtors, there's other investors, there's homeowners and sellers. So you can make specific content for each type of people. And especially if say you have a database of sellers that have already raised their hand or went on your website and say, I want to sell my house, you can create follow-up sequences and follow-up videos and follow-up text messages and follow-up emails, trying to encourage them like, hey, here's a great article right now telling you why now is the best time to sell. You know, you're going to get the best price for your house than you ever can in the next couple of years, you know. So there's a lot of different things you can do to make it specific for whatever type of target audience or avatar you're looking for. So I've been chatting a lot. So what questions do you guys have? I want to open it up. Any questions from anyone? Anyone need help with anything? Was this helpful to get some ideas for the attraction marketing stuff?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Hey, Travis. Good to see you.
For me, it's a little overwhelming, and I'm like pretty tech savvy.
Okay.
I mean, you're using a lot of tools, and it's really freaking powerful. And
So, by the way, Travis is a hard money lender in what, 20, how many states?
26 states.
26 states. And also, because of his type of business, he has to be careful about what he puts out on social media, right?
Yeah. I have to differentiate. I have to differentiate myself, like as representing the company versus anything else I want to do. And then even doing that publicly, I could get talked to, I think, if I went real public on just as an investor. But I want to do that.
I think a lot of what you can do, and this is, you got to think about each individual person, but for Travis, I would probably reach out to past clients and just talk about case studies a lot. Do a recording, do a YouTube video or a Zoom video and throw it on YouTube as a case study and just send it out to your database. Hey, here's another successful deal that we did with one of our clients. And, you know, I hope this helps you break down how they found the deal. What was their budget on the rehab? This is how quickly they were able to sell it. And of course, we're able to provide financing. We'd love to help you with your new project. So,
Yeah.
right. So,
And do you think doing that as a Zoom call is just effective if it's on or you showed me that one app that you can use too?
which one is that? Loom?
The one for testimonials.
Oh, video ask. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
share that here. So, but yeah, I think just a nice quick Zoom video, just you and another person on there, and you can allow them to share their computer screen. And I mean, you don't have to go crazy. You can keep it cheap, right? You can keep it free.
Yeah.
And a lot of this stuff, the content too, you got to think of is you kind of create content that's specific. You can do long form content like a video, like an interview like that, Travis. And then if you can remember, you can go through and you can take out clips from that long form video, make short YouTube short clips, like 30-second clips or 1-minute clips. And it could be like a client saying, and I netted $120,000 on this deal. And that's your clip.
Yeah.
And then all that does is feeds to your long form video that you did.
Mhm.
So
I like that.
anyone else have any questions or want to share any ideas? So Mr. Cash Offer, are you going to be the cool kid in school?
Absolutely. Starting today.
Going to have the party at your house?
Party's coming to
By the
my
way,
house.
Travis already did that. Travis created a Facebook group out in Southern California.
Okay.
And Travis, have you started getting a little bit of traction on that?
No, it's really weird. I started it. It was kind of like a passive asset. I started it and then just people slowly joined it. And finally there's like 83 people in there now. And I started like 4 years ago.
Have you been?
It's been very passive, but now if I start to activate these people to talk to each other, it could be good. And some people have been posting deals in there. And that's about all that's been happening so far.
Have you
So let me
promoted?
share one more
Not
thing.
promoted.
This was one of my mentoring. Can you guys see my screen with this Facebook page here?
Mhm.
So this is one of my mentoring students that I helped, and he was a regular wholesaler. They learned some creative real estate stuff too, but all he did was doing joint venture deals with other wholesalers. So I told him about this idea about being the cool kid and having the party at his house. He started this Facebook group a little over a year ago, and he has almost 4,000 people in there now. The key is though, at first he would always invite people. Hey, join my Facebook group. If you're messaging someone on another Facebook group or something, you got to be careful how you do this, right? Hey, I'd love to connect with you. By the way, I also have a Facebook group. I'd love you to jump in and share your deal that you have, and we have people that might be able to help buy it or help sell it for you. So you're always constantly inviting people to your Facebook group as well. You're basically creating a group funnel, right? That's the idea, is free content on social media, and maybe there's a link to share to your Facebook group to get them in that group if that's your focus, right? Some of the things that he's done too, he went a little above and beyond. Let's see here. Let me see if I can pull up. I think I'm still a member of it. There it is. Okay. So he also created a Discord channel. Is anyone familiar with Discord?
Yes.
I'm not a big fan, honestly. I feel like it's so many notifications, it's hard for me to keep up with. But what he did is he did a Discord channel, and he basically has topics, what to cover, like acquisitions, creative financing, dispo, general stuff, announcements. One of the things that he has in here too, I'm not in there right now, but I think you have to be a paid member. He has JV deals. So people post their deals that they're trying to sell in there. Do you think he's done any deals with anyone in his group?
Absolutely.
It's saved his business. It saved his business and has really helped him kind of grow to the next level. So, a lot of us can do a lot of the same things. Any other questions before we wrap up? I know we're over time, but I'm here for you. Go ahead, Jessica.
Do you guys ever charge like a small fee for that monthly or annually, or is it better just to always be free?
That's a great question. So I have free groups and I have paid groups. So some of my mentees in here, they're in a paid group that's exclusively, you cannot get in unless you're paid.
Yeah.
I also have free groups. Like I also, just so you know, I created a mastermind here in Phoenix, Arizona about 5 years ago. It's called REI Mastermind, but it's nicknamed the Go Giver because everyone in there gets a copy of the Go Giver book. They must read the Go Giver to be a part of that. And they have to have that Go Giver mentality of helping other people first. People like Pace Morby, Cody Sperber, Sean Terry, Steve Trang, Brent Daniels, Cody Barton, and tons more of awesome flippers, wholesalers, right? Those are my people I wanted to gather around. The creators of Batch Skip Tracing, Evo, Annie, and Jesse met in my mastermind, right? So I created that as a free mastermind. Now, what's freaking shocking, we have over 200 people in there now, and I've done deals with almost every single person in that group, or they've done deals with someone else in that group. So has it monetized itself?
Yes.
Definitely.
So, and there's sometimes to pay, you create a paid group or you create something like that if you want to make it exclusive. But I think as you're starting out, it's not a bad idea to start with a free group or free offer there. And then you can funnel them to something that's more paid or more exclusive too. So,
Thank you. Thanks.
any other questions? Abigail's thinking about something, I can tell, but I can't put my finger on it.
No, just taking it all in.
What type of sales do you do?
Well, I just got my real estate agent's license, but I'm probably gonna target more investors. So just trying to figure out how to kind of build up the investor client, kind of group, and then, I'll obviously, start sending them kind of newsletters and that kind of stuff. And
Okay.
and obviously reaching out and stuff like that. But yeah, just trying to kind of get that started.
Well, let me do this for you too. So in here, this is my group that I do on wholesaling, right? Over here, I have contracts. I have a way for people to communicate with me on Voxer. And then I also had hedge funds buyers spreadsheets here too.
Yeah.
On this contracts and resources here, I want to show you something that may be helpful for you. What state are you in?
Washington.
Oh, Washington State. We may not have for Washington right now, but feel free to share that ebook with people if you want. That could be something you can give away for free. But this is Facebook groups that I put together, links of all these Facebook groups you can join that are in wholesalers. These are all nationwide. This is the influencer group. These are like people like we have Zach and Rick Jen, Jacob, Alex Youngblood, Max Maxwell, Carl Spray, South Shakir, Alex Science, Max Jimenez, Payson Morby, Sean Terry, Jamil Damji, Quentin Flores. These are all their own personal Facebook groups, right? And they have 119,000 members, 47,000 members, 140. So you can join those groups. You can use this if you want and start joining those groups, start making your posts on these groups on a regular basis.
And where
there's also groups down here. We have Facebook groups for different states. Like here's one for Arizona. These are all Arizona real estate based groups. And then I also created what I call a Hot 100 list. These are phone numbers and emails of the top wholesalers in that state.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And all I do is I go to Google and get that. So if anyone that's on this call, let me go ahead and invite you guys to this group.
Okay.
As my guest. And so you can get access to all of that, all of the if you go to the contracts and resources, that's where you're going to find all that stuff here.
Okay.
And this kind of breaks down kind of how I think it when it comes to investors and wholesaling, because this will teach you how to find fix and flippers, how to find landlords, how to find cash investors, creative investors. So this whole group is geared towards that. We actually have a call on Thursday. You're welcome to join. And then right here's the classroom with all the recordings. I did a 4-week co-wholesaling thing with Justin last year. That's in here. Also have all the contracts you need, and then the calendars where you can find where the calls are at. And if you just hover over that, it'll tell you the link and stuff like that. So,
Okay, cool.
so that's a free group, right? I just gave it away for free for all of you. So usually when you join that group, also there's an email attached to it. So, and if you're in that group, if I make an announcement, I'm allowed to send an email to you through that group, like a couple times a week. So, so that Mr. Ketchup, that's why I use School, because I can do email automatically. It collects all that stuff for me. So I pay $99 a month. It's not the end of the world for me. I can afford $99. If you guys want to check that out, let me see if I can give a referral link for you. So this is a referral link for School. Feel free to check it out.
Brandon, I have a quick question before we go with the 5 offers per day. How are you keeping that organized?
I usually just use my little composition book, and I write down the notes of who I'm talking to and what my offer was. If it's a house, thanks, Jessica. If it's a house, I make sure I write down the address, the owner's name, phone number, email, and then the offer. And if you use a CRM, you can transfer that information to CRM. You can take a picture of it and save it on Evernote or Google Drive or whatever it is that's free that you want to use, Dropbox and stuff too. So I'm tool agnostic. I don't care what tools people use. You just got to be able to use what works for you. So good question, Ronnie. Any other questions?
Yeah,
Hey, Brandon. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying yes. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Ronnie. Sasan?
Hey, Brandon, I had a quick question. It's kind of not related, but it is. I having a hard time getting people to take pictures of the properties for me to list, and they want
Okay.
$300 for 20, 30 pictures. That's crazy. Where do I get some?
So these are all
cheaper-
virtual deals, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what are you using right now?
I was doing Craigslist. I do Google search on photographers and all that. And it seems like everybody wants right around $250, $300. And I thought that there's a cheaper way of finding that.
So it depends, right? Depends. So I would check out We Go Look. That's one you can use. Also Thumbtack. If you ever heard of Thumbtack. These are like ways.
Okay.
So take pictures of a house. Let's see here. Or how about photographer? Oh, I don't know why I put Santa's on there. There you go, photographers. So $100, $75. So I can just find someone on here that, I usually go for the cheapest, right? Maybe it's more of a, you got wedding photographers, portrait photographers. You can just ask someone, hey, you want to make a quick $50 today? Everything's negotiable, right?
Correct.
They may say $100, $75. So I say, hey, I just need someone to run by a house and take some pictures for me. And I need the front of the house, the back of the house, the AC, the furnace, 2 pictures in every bedroom from different corners, and any holes in the walls, anything you may see, just take pictures of that, and then I would just say, hey, if you can do that today, then I'll just Venmo you, or you pay them through this app. It's Thumbtack.
Thumbtack. Okay. I'm going to check that right now.
Okay.
Yeah, 350. It's 250 to 350. It's too much. I mean, I don't know.
It's not worth it.
Too much, but huh?
It says it's not worth it. Yeah, you can get a lot cheaper.
Okay.
Just think about $20 an hour, right? You can find someone for $20 an hour to do something. Even
Correct.
that, include the drive time over and drive time back or whatever. So,
man, I'm flying to Sacramento. I'm flying to Sacramento to one myself. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. I was gonna say you can also reach out to realtors or people that actually take home photography pictures, right? The fancy ones, and see if they can do it for cheaper. Just say you're not listing it or anything like that. You just need some pictures. So
The one deal I got in South Lake Tahoe, I'm actually flying there myself because they were charging me $350 to take pictures, and I'm like, okay, flight is $280, and I'm staying at the house. The owner
you just want to go out to Lake
house.
Tahoe. I know what it is. It's not the
Hey, you got to do what you got to do, right?
The business expense. That's right. Well, that'll be a fun excuse to get out there. Just don't
There
go
are 4 feet of snow right now.
Wow. Just be careful. Uncle Claude just hurt himself skiing, so be careful if you do any skiing. So
Don't forget, I grew up in Switzerland, so skiing is like
there you go.
drinking
Yeah.
water for me. So yeah.
Well, cool. Well, everyone, make sure to say a little prayer for Uncle Claude that the surgery goes well, and I'll see everyone next Monday as well. I'll be on that call next Monday, and feel free to check out that group. I'll invite you all as a free guest of mine into there. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. See ya.
Bye.